What is up, everybody? Live in the BR app. Welcome to another episode of Cleats and Convos with Deebo Samuel, presented by State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Always there. Deebo, talk to me. This is your show. How are you feeling about the last week? How are you feeling currently with yourself, with just everything, life?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
You know, last week was last week. Nothing we can do about it. So I think we just move on past that.
Move on past that. I do have to talk about something, though, that I just want to hear your thoughts on, because I've seen a lot of your other teammates talk about it, especially the leaders on your team have talked about De'Vondre Campbell and him quitting on the team during the game. If you guys did not know that, what was it, third quarter? Left the game. We've now since heard that there's been some suspension involved. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, obviously, you can't speak too much on what was going through his mind because you're not him, but what are your thoughts on just the situation as a whole?
I just think as long as I've been here, there's always been a standard. There's always been, and it's not only is it coming from the players, but it's coming from the people up top, by the people that they've drafted since I've been here, including my class. And I think it's just like the standard that, Kyle, John, Jed, and them has built around here for us. Like, it's more so not all about the game. It's about brotherhood. It's how you treat the man next to you. And it's just how you come about work. And I look at this situation as in, like, he was brought in to replace Greenlaw, of course. That's why he came. And, I mean, I just look at it, kind of like from my perspective as, Dre Greenlaw as being, like, one of the captains, one of the leaders, one of the main vocal points on our defense. And I feel like we all knew. He probably kind of knew as well, like when Greenlaw came back and was healthy enough to come, he was, he's the guy, like one of the main guys on our defense. So at the end of the day, like I don't think I would, just say, fuck it, I'm not going in the game. Because at the end of the day, like, it's a standard. This 49er organization from, way before I got here, from listening to Jerry Rice and Steve Young and all those guys about, the culture that, that's built around this Niners organization. But I think it was a little, it was a little awkward for sure. I never seen no shit like that happen before. So, and I didn't know too much about it till people really got to talking about it. And I was like, what, like, when did this happen? And then, at the end of the day, more of the story, you just can't. I don't think, like, you should just quit on your team mid-game for sure. You can put all your pride to the side and just go out there and lay it on the line for your brothers that, you've been battling with since March, maybe, April.
Well, unfortunately, it feels like this is now he's going to be branded by this moving forward. Like, these teams do care about the culture and not giving up on your teammates, and now that's kind of what you're going to think of when you hear his name, which is unfortunate. Did the locker room after this, when you started to figure out what was actually going on, did it feel, I mean, you said the word awkward. Could you feel that from him? Did you even see him after the game?
Nah, I ain't seen him. I ain't seen him after the game, nah.
So he just bounced.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't looking for nobody after the game. I was like, bruh, like,
Did it make you feel angry at all, just knowing how much this team has gone through? And you've had guys that have been through it and have stuck around and have showed up for their teammates, and then he did the opposite.
I mean, you got guys that's, dealt with, like, real life shit, like real life, like, situations. Yeah. And, they battled, they came back, done everything they possibly can do to get back out there and be a part of this team. And, this situation is a little different. I don't think nobody, like, tried to do nothing to you, or, nothing happened to one of your loved ones, or you battling through an injury, this, that, and the third. It was just the simple fact of, you was just like, nah, I'm just not going in.
Did that shock you at all?
I mean, yeah, like I said, I never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess you kind of have to know him on a more personal level to know if that was something that, like, you expected. But I guess from your perspective, you just don't expect that from your teammates, period. Right. It doesn't matter who they are as people. You just don't expect that. Well, we can get to the more positive side of that. How important was it to have Greenlaw back?
Man, it was, I ain't gonna lie, he had me more hyped than, I've been in a while. Just seeing him, throughout the process of, I got to talk to him here and there a little bit. He was just like, man, I'm not ready to go. It's still hurting. He'll go out there and do a workout, and you see him laying on the middle of the field like dead tired because, like, those one-on-one workouts hurts 10 times worse than, you out there with a group of people. And I just seeing him, it's just Dre Greenlaw being the warrior that he is. And, just to see him run out that tunnel when they was calling the defensive starters, it was just crazy. And then the way he played, I mean, it wasn't no surprise. I mean, it's just Greenlaw. But like I said, he's one of the vocal leaders on the team, on our defense, and it just shows.
Do you think he's got a contagious energy about him? Because you talk about how you felt more excited with him around.
You know, every time 57 step out on that field, he out there.
Oh, I love it. I love that. Yeah, I mean, 9 tackles in the first half. That's one way to show that you're back.
He started the game off with one.
I mean, my goodness. Okay, well, a lot of leaders on your team have just spoken up about the team, especially after the Campbell stuff. And given that situation and given the fact that you've got a guy like Dre Greenlaw back, how important is it for you guys to finish off as strong as you possibly can this season?
That's been a message from, head man Kyle for sure. We need a lot of things to happen for us to make the playoffs. He was just like, more of the story is, let's see who really want to be a part of this team. Let's see how we do in these last, 3 games or whatever. And, that's just been a message, like, just go out here and continue to fight for your brothers. And, whatever happens with the playoff run happens. But more of the story, let's just see who's ready to get back to work whenever it's time to get back to work.
Yeah. There were, really quickly before we move on, I want to ask your opinions on, there were a lot of conversations about Brock Purdy and him hopefully getting a really nice contract at the end of the season. I know how you feel about Brock. I know that you have nothing but respect and love for him.
For sure.
What do you say to the people that don't think he deserves to be paid?
I mean, them ain't the people that's paying him. Them ain't the people that's watching tape on Brock every single day trying to game plan against him and not at the meetings game planning with him. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's the people in the building. It's, the people that's drawing up the plays, the people that's out there making plays for him. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they don't control what happens in the building. So, I mean, Brock going to get everything he deserves in my eyes.
I love it. I love it. We're definitely excited for Brock because he's done some exceptional things, and I feel like he's been a really, really great leader for this team. But more importantly, he just seems like a good guy. I don't know him personally, but you speak very highly of him. So, what do you want him to get after he gets that contract?
I don't know. Brock is just a simple guy.
Okay, well, pretend he's listening. Pretend he's in the room. What are you encouraging Brock to go spend some money on? His hard-earned, deserved money. Maybe some grills. That would be
some grills. I don't know.
That would be nice.
Probably. I don't know. I'd probably say Brock need to go buy a boat.
I could totally see him with a boat.
Yeah, Brock can probably go buy a boat because he's just one of those cool guys, laid back, can just sit on the water and just chill with his wife.
He's got his dogs out.
Yeah,
I can see it. Okay, there you go, Brock. Go buy a boat with that new contract. Okay, let's talk about a very crazy, high-scoring affair. Bills
90 points
versus Lions. Insane. Pretty sure, and I'm just speaking on the Bills side because I remember seeing this. James Cook had 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen had 2 touchdowns themselves. Just so 4 between the two of them. I mean, my God, this was a very high-scoring game. Did you get a chance to watch it?
Yeah, I was watching this game.
What were your thoughts?
I ain't gonna lie. The Bills, like I always said, the Bills. Once Josh Allen get to going and playing against their defense in the snow, they got a good team. They got a really good team.
Were you surprised that it ended that way?
I wasn't
because we have also watched the Lions be very great this season.
Me and the boys down there watching the game, and we know how explosive the Bills' offense is, and we know how explosive the Detroit Lions offense is, and we was just like, bro, these folks might end up scoring 80 points, and that's before the game even start, and they end up scoring 90. So it's just like 2 explosive offenses. Even though you got a real good defense, it's like once you got that much of power on both sides on offense, it's kind of hard.
Very.
And they play fast.
Very fast. I mean, I couldn't believe the score. I didn't even know it was actually possible to have
42.
That's just something that you don't see very often. But we know this Bills team has talent. We know Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback in this league. But it does feel like this Bills team oftentimes gets into the playoffs and they just hit a roadblock. We know what that roadblock typically is.
You didn't say something about this for the past, 2 months.
Well, I'm going to say it again. I'm not talking about that team because I'm not worried about that team at all, actually, whatsoever. The team we don't speak of in this house.
I wasn't talking about that team. I'm talking about the Bills.
What do you think, if anything at all, what do you think could stand in the Bills' way this season of winning the Super Bowl?
Themselves.
How so?
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Only team I think can beat them right now is them. The quarterback playing well. You running the ball well. You throwing the ball well. Defense playing good defense. And, you put up 48 points. I don't think you should lose any game.
Yeah.
You put up 30. I don't think you're supposed to lose a game.
So it's them against them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I like it. Should Mr. Josh Allen, he's played very well, but should he be the MVP this season? And this is no hate to him. It's going to be a tight race, or it should be anyway.
It'll be him, Lamar, and Joe Burrow. I would probably say Josh Allen or Lamar right now, but I feel like if Joe Burrow had a better record than what he has, it would be like Joe Burrow 100% just by the numbers and stuff that, he's been able to put up.
And how unfortunate that he is having an MVP level season.
He's
and
balling.
Jamar Chase is also balling out, and it's not translating at all for them in wins. So Josh Allen, he is currently the favorite to win MVP. Kind of by a lot, actually. I think after Lamar Jackson's last game where he had some turnovers, Josh Allen pulled ahead.
Did he still ball, though?
Of course he did. It's
Wow.
Lamar Jackson we're talking about here. To be honest with you, I would probably pick Lamar over Josh Allen right now, but it does seem like
Josh
it's...
Allen hater, or?
No.
You sure?
I've been tough on Josh Allen in the past, yes. Turnover machine there for a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
But that is not discrediting how fantastic
Stop
he is.
hating.
I'm not a hater. Is there any possible way to stop/slow down Josh Allen?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so, for real, because, when he hot, he hot.
Correct.
When he's not on, it's just him. I don't see nobody physically and just taking Josh Allen out of a game and just beating him.
So, Josh Allen, Lamar, these are their numbers on the season so far. Right now, Josh Allen is the favorite. However, when we're looking at these numbers here, Lamar Jackson is better in statistically every category. So the Ravens are 9-5, and they're second in the AFC North, and the Bills are 11-3.
Yeah,
that might do it.
The
That'll
record.
do it.
Yeah, the record for sure.
Okay, so we got to the end of that one. That's perfect. Also, here's another question for you. Baltimore beat Buffalo earlier this season. So when we're talking about the MVP race, one could argue
mano y mano, who's better, who's winning.
Lamar's already competed against Josh Allen, and his team won. So it feels like that's where the MVP race, I think, can get so difficult. However, it kind of feels like the Heisman, where it's like Travis Hunter versus they're both great.
Yeah.
I think either way you would have gone with that would have been great. But it's going to be tough. Okay, well, Josh Allen, MVP level season. The Bills, the only thing standing in their way is themselves.
Nah, dead ass.
However, Lamar Jackson is phenomenal. So there's that. Let's talk a little bit about the Lions. They've got a few pretty tough injuries that they have been dealt as of late. Probably one of the more notable ones is David Montgomery with a knee injury.
Punch.
Yeah, because I think that was one thing that a lot of teams maybe feared about the Lions is not only does Goff have the arm, but they also were running the ball very, very well. So what are these injuries, in your opinion? Does this hurt their chances at going all the way? Because this is a team I think a lot of people have had faith in.
You could have said, them losing their defensive end early in the season probably hurt their season, but they still found ways to win. I just kind of look at it as like a 1-2 punch. You got a real physical back that can, still wiggle around and break loose. And you got Gibbs, who's literally doing everything. He has 10 gears of speed. Yeah. And the way he's seeing and how fast he see things, it can kind of hurt. But, at the end of the day, you still got to number one backer in your team who's ready to carry the load.
Well, and they've got some defensive players out as well. And this is all still while not having Aiden Hutchinson. So to your point, they kind of already overcame that. But now they've got more, it seems, to overcome. I think they're coached well enough to handle it.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of how the rest of their season plays out and how tough their competition is. I mean, we saw them against the Bills. The Bills made the Lions look like a very different football team. Not in a bad way, but
42.
Correct. But we've also seen the Lions all season long dominating.
It's a bump in the road here and there. See how they respond. It's a bump in the road here and there.
But a bump in the
you
so
ain't
let's
never
say
seen a team in the NFL win every game and go to the Super Bowl.
I've never seen
Zero.
it. However, if this Lions team with these injuries faces the Bills again, how are you feeling about?
You never know how it goes.
You're right. We don't even know if the Bills will stay healthy.
It's the league. You never know.
So it sounds like to me you might be predicting that the Bills are like the one.
The Bills good.
They're coming out of the AFC.
They good as hell. Yeah, they really good.
And you'd pick probably the Bills over the Ravens.
That'd be a fight because the Ravens done beat the Bills.
Let's talk a little bit about the NFC.
You got Green Bay. You got Philly. You got the Vikings. I think they all got the same record, right?
No, I don't think so.
I definitely think they all got the same record.
In the NFC North?
I think they all
Lions, Packers, and Vikings. They actually might.
I think Lions, Vikings.
Okay, the Eagles are 12-2. Vikings are 12-2. You might be onto something here.
See,
Lions are 12-2.
See, I knew what I was talking about.
He did. I just had to test him. He was right. Yeah, so that's a pretty competitive.
I only knew that because I was talking to AJ the other night.
How's AJ feeling?
He's pretty good. He's solid.
Is he pretty excited about the direction?
He's straight.
It's very interesting, too, because it's so funny just to see the way social media takes over with receivers and quarterbacks. It's almost like they want conflict between receivers and quarterbacks. Do you ever get that sense from the people, from the media?
100%. They want beef everywhere.
Yeah, because the conversation for a second in there was that Hurts can't find his receivers, which
I think he threw for 250.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty sure maybe we debunked that this week.
Is that what you wanted to see?
Listen, I think we need to talk about the Eagles for a second. Is that what you wanted to see? We got to talk about that game. You do have a friend over there, AJ Brown. How is he? What's his aura like right now? Are they feeling like they're pretty? Does he have a thing about him right now?
The thing about Jay though, like knowing him for a while, he's all like he the same. Like he always on the couch, cool and like, yeah, bro. You know, just chilling, watching tape, eating fruit. Like, he really ain't. Like, when we talk, it ain't all about, like, ball. We check in, like, 2-3 times a week, just see what's going on, how he feeling. Like, he always saying, I'm just chilling, bro. You know, waiting on Sunday to come, this, that, and the third. Just got off work, chilling with the fam. Like, he always been that type.
Could you see the Eagles making it to the Super Bowl this year?
They hooping. And they got a real good offensive line that Saquon running behind. They got a really good back. They got some really good wideouts, quarterback, defense playing pretty good.
Okay, and they faced another really great team this past week, the Steelers. And Jalen Hurts, like you said, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns. And that is after social media and fans and everyone wanted to run with the idea that maybe Jalen's throwing is a cause for concern. I definitely had my thoughts on AJ Brown in the locker room saying, you know, what could you guys improve on passing? I was like, oh, when you say that,
it's like nonchalant, but he's like,
it is. But now that
he's just being like, it's just him.
Now that you explain that that's just who he is, because
like,
to
he
me,
just be cool and like
the people that don't know him, it looks like he's just like, you know, I mean, if you don't know him, you get it.
That's just him. That's how he talk. Like he just be chilling.
So that wasn't him being petty or making a jab.
I don't think so. Nah.
No. Well. Again, really great way for Jalen Hurts to silence the haters and the doubters with 290 yards and 3 touchdowns. Let's talk a little bit, though, about his hardware. Did you see his chain?
Not him.
I mean, hello?
Yeah, that him.
That thing is, I mean, check this out. First of all, breed of 1. That goes kind of hard.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it says breed of one.
Yeah, that was hidden.
And you saw him say, is that what you wanted to see, huh? He just has a swag about him that's like, you just want to root for him.
Like, it'd be crazy watching him sometimes because, like, he don't show no emotion. Like, he showed, like, no, like, when he be on the field, his facial expression and everything is just the same. Like, he ain't smiling, like, hee ha ha. And it's just, like, the same level, but he just be out there balling.
Well, is that what you wanted to see Deebo out of the Eagles in that game? He doesn't care.
I want Jay to have a good game. Every time you're out there, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, they've got an insanely talented team. Devonte Smith at your buddy, A.J. Brown. It feels like we don't really give that wide receiver room enough love and appreciation. And maybe it's because...
That's 200 right there for two people.
I know it. And maybe it's because Saquon is a new addition to this team and he's kind of been... I mean, he's been in MVP conversations. So we've been so distracted by the insane run game of Saquon Barkley that we're not talking enough about... Like you said, that's 200 yards between two receivers. Do you think they're underrated? The two of them together or A.J. Brown?
I think they get enough credit in my eyes. I think people know what they got over there.
It's like an unspoken truth.
I don't think they forgot, about A.J. and, Tay. They hooping.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want you to give me... I'm going to read off some names, and you give me your favorite two combinations here. These are some wide receiver duos across the league, okay? First, A.J. Brown and Devonte Smith, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. You can give me three, top three. When they're hot, when they're at their best, who are you picking? Top three. And do them in order.
In order?
Mm-hmm. So who's in third?
This tough.
It is. This is almost an impossible question.
When they hot, I'm going to go Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Okay.
Now, we talking about when they hot now. When they going, like, I got Tyreek and Waddle, and I'm gonna go AJ and Devonte.
Okay.
I'm not going to say Tay and G. Will because, I haven't really seen them, both of them, like, hot at the same time. It's something new.
It is new, for sure. And I don't know if many people are watching the Jets right now just because they've had their whole share of issues over there. But I agree with your list. I would probably switch Hill and Waddle with Higgins and Chase. But that's also because we're seeing the best season of Jamar Chase right now.
Yeah, I'm saying when both of them hot.
Fair.
That's a hard list.
It is very hard. It's a pretty impossible question to ask, unfortunately. But you've got A.J. Brown and Devonte Smith at one. I think that's a very fair list. And again, you can't really go wrong with any of these wide receiver duos here. What makes A.J. and Devonte such a scary duo?
You know how explosive the run game is. And so, like, you want to stack the box here and there, and then that means you're on an island with 6 and 11. Good luck.
Right. Who are you stopping first?
Good luck.
No, I think the Eagles are in a really great spot. Obviously, Saquon Barkley's been exceptional to watch. And like you said, AJ and Devonte, that's a scary duo right there. Okay, let's get to your State Farm bundle of the week, Deebo. We had a lot of great performances this week. A lot of great performances. This is presented by State Farm, by the way.
That good neighbor. State Farm is there.
Always. First, Mike Evans, 9 catches, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Did you get a chance to watch this game?
Oh, I didn't watch this. I didn't get to watch this one.
Crazy.
I seen the 2 tugs, though.
Yeah, crazy. They were facing the Chargers, and the Chargers have been a pretty solid team this season, but the Bucs proved that they were the better team.
They built their ass out there.
Yeah, they did. They really did. I would say, and I know you always like to say, no, I think they get the proper credit. Mike Evans, to me, feels like one that slips between the cracks. I know as players, you guys understand the greatness of these receivers, but I don't think fans and sports watchers give Mike Evans enough credit.
It depends on who you listening to and who you watching.
Well, I love him.
Like, I feel like the people that you listen to and, the people that actually knows what they talking about, I think they give him.
I mean, you can't.
Way
How
more
can you
than,
not?
You know, like this is going on this is 11 year for him. Year 11. He 251 yards away from another 1,000-yard season. That's 11 in a row. Like what
crazy.
we talking about?
Mm-hmm. What makes him so great?
You know, he's natural hands, big wide out, can go up and get it, still move a good bit. Be 11 years in. I mean, he's just a dog. He's just a guy.
What would it mean for him? Because he's been in the league a while. How special do you think it would be for him to tie the record with Jerry Rice? That's a pretty big deal. It's a huge deal.
I think that's huge. That's
a huge deal. I think he's on. I would consider him on track for it.
Yeah, he can get it done.
Yeah.
How many games they got? 3?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm nosy,
unless they still have a late bye, but I'm pretty sure
if I'm the offensive coordinator and I know what's at stake, I'm a low key forcing it.
You have to.
You're gonna get them 250, brother.
Come on, you have
to. Get them 250,
Make
brother.
It the game plan, please.
For real.
Now, okay, so Mike Evans may get his proper credit. Do you think that the Buccaneers, are potentially a team that people should?
I'm gonna tell you why I
fear.
really think you should fear the Bucs, because like you got a quarterback who's not the biggest, the strongest arm. You got like Baker Mayfield is like a warrior. Like he's that spark, he's that energy. Like you know how like when I say like Greenlaw on our team, I feel like that's Baker Mayfield of the Bucs. Like you get what I'm saying? Like the energy he go out there with, like and how tough he is to like extend plays. You know, and he's not the fastest guy, but at the end of the day, he's doing everything it takes. He's putting his life on the line every play, every down to, you know, put him in a position to win.
I think every game is winnable when you've got Baker Mayfield out there for them.
Yeah, he a dog.
Like you just know he can keep him in a game. He may not be perfect, but you can count on Baker Mayfield for sure. He's been exceptional. Okay, next part, I guess, of your bundle here. We've got the one, the only.
He done been on here about 10 weeks straight.
I know. Lamar Jackson, 335 total yards, 5 touchdowns.
How many times he threw 5 touchdowns? Probably like 5 times this year.
That's insane. He was 21 of 25.
I don't know. I ain't about to keep talking about that man. That man, he'll be hooping.
He's insane.
He'll be balling. Yeah, this is nothing new. Like,
and there really is not a whole lot you can say. You just have to tell people to watch him. Just watch greatness.
I mean, you ain't even got to watch him. You can just turn TV on. Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have you ever, like, are you close with Lamar at all? Have you ever?
No, I done talked to him a couple times, but we ain't that close. You know, we know he throws to the ball or whatever.
I'm always very curious about, like, his person. He just seems like a very cool guy.
It seems like he be chilling.
Yeah, just like keeps it cool, keeps it even keel, cool, calm, collected. I love it, but he is not that on the football field. He's quite the opposite. Okay, Miami on Sunday. How are we feeling?
Feeling pretty solid. You know, I look at this matchup as like, you know, McDaniels, Kyle Shanahan, 2 peas in a pod. Like they used to be guys. Yeah. Well, I think they still is guys. I mean, you know, but just looking at them, you know, they play fast. They got Reek and Waddle out there. Tua. They got Ramsey out there, who I'm pretty familiar with when he played for the Rams. I was talking to Wes Welker the other day. You know, we still chop it up here and there. And I was telling him how, you know, I like how Ramsey been, you know, coming down in the run game and like making tackles. He always been that physical guy. But overall, like, you know, they got a good defense. We got a good offense. So I think it'll be a good matchup. Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like it's going to be tough to forget about the Rams game and get prepared for the Dolphins game, or is it already out of sight, out of mind? It's already out of sight, out of mind. We like 5 days away now. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Especially with all the other stuff that went on in that game, like with your teammates and stuff. Like, you got to just kind of let that stuff go and just move it along. Okay. Did you see what happened with Jonathan Taylor in the Broncos game against the Broncos? Oh, he dropped the ball on the inch-yard line. How would Kyle Shanahan react to that? You don't want to know. Because they don't even like you diving if it ain't fourth down in
Okay.
the fourth quarter with the game on the line.
Those are the things that I wanted to hear is like you guys probably have it where it's
like a natural like instinct though. When you like running and see
Fair.
somebody coming, you like, I got to get in this zone. Like, but I'm telling you, if you dive and that ball end up being a touchback, you better
It's
walk
over
in that
with.
meeting with a hoodie on, head down.
You better keep running and
You better
just
have
don't
some
come back.
AirPods under that hoodie so you don't hear nothing. Like, yeah, they don't play that one.
I do feel really sad for Jonathan Taylor. I can guarantee you this. He will never make that mistake again. One and done, but it definitely, tough. Okay, now we can move on to college football playoffs. 12 teams. South Carolina not in it. We talked, I know. We talked at one point about them being in it.
I don't like the fact, like, even if, like, team was, like, ranked 16th, if they win their bowl game, if you win the ACC, no, we talking about fucking college football.
When they win their
they division,
conference.
Yeah, they conference. Yeah. Like, it's like you automatically in.
I know.
Like,
well, you know what's hard about that too is I also don't think you should be punished from your conference game. So that's where the other side of it is like, do you punish a team because they couldn't compete in their conference game, but they had an otherwise perfect season? That's tough. However,
question: if South Carolina was in here, what teams do you see them beating?
I don't know. Do you have a lot that you see them beating? Who do you think they could beat?
Indiana, Boise State. We beat Clemson. SMU. No offense to none of these teams. It's just like my team I'm talking about.
It's tough to see a team in there that your team has beat. Yeah. And South Carolina was like...
Yeah, you know.
It was in reach for them, unfortunately. It's tough. I mean, the 12-team playoff is new, and we'll see how it goes.
At that point, you'll make it 24 teams.
Right. We're just going to keep expanding. But I want to get your thoughts here. We're just going to talk about...
We can go down the list. Come on.
Let's just go down the list. Tennessee or Ohio State?
I'm going to go Ohio State with that one.
Okay.
I don't know why, though, but I like Clemson over Texas.
Weirdly, I feel like that's an upset game.
I like Clemson over Texas.
I'm with you there. Okay.
And then
I'm also just a horns down forever type of girl. So
then we got Oregon, Ohio State. We just go from left to right.
Okay, so if you've got
I got Ohio State beat Tennessee, so they'll play Oregon, and then I got Clemson beating Texas, which will play ASU. I got Oregon beating Ohio State.
Okay. ASU or Clemson?
I don't see ASU beating Clemson.
So you think Clemson's going...
I got Clemson over ASU.
Love it.
And so we got Oregon and Clemson. I'm going to go Oregon
at the
with
Orange
that
Bowl?
one. Yeah, I'm going to go Oregon with that one. Then we got SMU, Penn State. I go Penn State.
Okay.
And we got Indiana, Notre Dame. I'm going to go Notre Dame. We got Georgia, Notre Dame. I'm going to go Georgia. Penn State, Boise State. I'm going to go Penn State.
Okay.
Georgia, Penn State. I'm going to go Georgia.
So Georgia, Oregon.
I'm going SEC Bulldog. I'm going SEC Bulldog. I ain't talking about nothing.
Listen, I can speak from personal experience when my little tiny TCU Horned Frogs made it to the championship and we faced the SEC.
Dog.
It looked like varsity versus the freshman squad. I'm telling you, I love my Frogs for life, but SEC is different. I mean, everyone's like, yeah, it'll probably be a blowout game. I couldn't have prepared myself for how different that game.
I'm going Dogs for sure.
Okay, so you've got Georgia winning it all.
I got Georgia.
And we're going to be rooting for South Carolina to hopefully have their moment in the expanded college football playoffs.
We ain't going to need no expanded next year.
No, just the 12.
Nah,
they'll be in the 12 next year.
They should make it 10. We're going to be 8 or 9. We coming now.
Okay. Perfect. Is it refreshing to not see Alabama there? Because remember we talked about if South Carolina wasn't going to be in there, then Alabama better not be. Okay.
I'm mad Clemson got in, but whatever.
Okay, whatever. We digress. Okay, really quick. Chat questions before we get out of here. Deebo, what was your reaction to Juan Soto's $765 million contract? Do you think you could ever make the switch to baseball?
Never.
Why not? You don't have the stature or something?
No, I didn't.
$765 million is
I seen this all over the internet, and I was just like, "What? Like, what are we talking about?" Like, I didn't know what was going on, but that
is absurd.
That's nuts.
$765 million.
And that baseball money 100% guaranteed.
Crazy.
But they play sun up, sun down every day.
They do like travel a lot. Yeah. So I guess they're, it's a little different, but that's still an insane amount of money. You could never play baseball?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I was a base runner for like a couple days, and I was like, nah.
Take football and basketball off the table, because I know you said you used to be a hooper now. I remember you saying that. Donovan Mitchell, you compared yourself. I remember. Yes,
D-Mitch know we're going. We supposed to be playing one-on-one sometime. Like I think he, we supposed to been playing one-on-one a good minute ago, because I remember doing an interview at Super Bowl talking about that. He was like, yo, we can get this one-on-one going. I was like, we definitely can get it going,
I love it.
One of these days, you'll see D-Mitch and Deebo, 1v1.
I love that. We should just bring him on the show and talk some football and basketball with him. I love that.
Man.
Okay, take basketball and football off the table. What other sport, if you could start your life over, what other sport or career path would Deebo Samuel have?
As a kid, I'm playing baseball.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
$765 million.
$765 million later.
Just ask Juan Soto why he wanted to be a baseball player. Yeah, that's insane. Okay. Do you have any sports that you would like your son to play? Or whatever his little heart desires.
It's so crazy though. Like he be like, he want to go play golf. He want to shoot basketball. He want to kick a soccer ball. It ain't never like, Dad, can we get the football? So, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it,
No.
As long as it's something.
Right.
I'm cool with it. But, I don't know. I probably see him being a baby. He look like he going to be tall. Like, he already tall now, so it's just like.
Maybe he'll be a basketball player.
He might be a basketball player.
I was going to say tall. That strikes me as more basketball. But golf is.
He'll be here
you can make some
he
good.
might come on the show and talk to y'all a little bit.
Yay. Can't wait. Okay. Final question here. Deebo, were you surprised when Bill Belichick was hired by North Carolina? He's a college coach now. How do you think he will do at the college level?
Honestly, when I seen that, I didn't think it was real. Like, I was just
It's
like,
real.
huh? Like,
right? It's weird to see this for sure.
I don't know. Cause like you do NFL, like my receiver coach from college is like with Tampa. Mm-hmm. He's with Tampa now, and it's just like he talk like we've been locked in ever since, like, cause he kind of helped me become the player that I am now. He played a big role in that, so he still talk a good bit. And I was like, bro, like, would you go back to college? He was like, I don't know, man. Everything got to be right for me to go back to college. And like we have those talks, not even about ball, it's just like. Just simple stuff like how you doing this, that, and the third. And it's just like now he got to go out and recruit 365 days. But like when he's not playing, like when he's not coaching, he got to get on planes, go recruit. And he got to, all right, I got to get this kid $2 million for him to come to this school. And it's like a war now in college. All right, we'll get this kid 1.5. Well, we'll give him $2 million. Well, we'll give him 2.5. It's just like a bidding war at this point.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's gotten a little out of control?
Yeah, they paying a lot of pay now.
Well, and even just the transfer portal seems to be insane these days.
Man, you can just be like, yeah, man, I'm transferring. I don't want to be here.
That's what I'm saying. It's like almost like a lack of commitment. Do you think that's going to affect the NFL?
I have no idea.
When these younger guys end up getting to the league?
Because when you sign that paper, you sign that paper for them 3-4 years, don't think you be like, hey, man, I want to get out of here. Yeah.
Right. Good luck with that.
Good luck
with that. See how that goes over for you for sure. Okay. Yeah. Bill Belichick, it did strike me as well as a very strange thing to see. I was like, this has got to be clickbait. It's not. It's a legitimate thing. He even had some incentives with his contract for like a country club membership. He's living the life out there. I think he's going to be set up. What do you think Belichick will do when a player comes to him with an NIL offer? He's not used to that. Like that's
different.
I know. It's a different world. How do you think he's going to?
I don't know. Because I never, I've met him a couple times, but not like on like a serious level to like know what type of person he is. But like hearing people, how they like talk about him, how they praise him and all the things that he did when he was with the Patriots and stuff. It's just like, I don't know. It's probably like, he's probably like strict and by the book. Like, all right, you take this paper or leave, He strikes me as very old school. Yeah.
So I'm not sure he's going to adapt well. If NIL were popping when Deebo was in college, how much money do you think you'd make? How much?
I'd be up. Couple M's.
And how much trouble would Deebo have gotten into at that age with a couple M's?
I was young. graduated high school and you give me $2 million, $1.5 million.
It's scary to think about. Not good. Let's just say we're really glad that didn't happen before Deebo was in the league. We do not need any of that. This has been another episode of Cleats and Convos with Deebo Samuel, presented by State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Liv Moods. That's obviously Deebo Samuel. And we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Bye.